Hello everyone, this is Russ Campbell speaking. I'm going to show you how to set up RetroArch. One of the first things you do, you download it. I've installed it. Um, we'll wait as this catches up. I'm doing the narration after I've recorded the video. You go to the online updater. It took me a minute to figure out how to do it. You have to use the arrow keys and hit enter to update stuff. But that's what you start with, is you do the online updater. It'll take a few minutes for it to load. There we go. Content downloader, I think that's what I used. Yes. And you load all the cores. You just hit return on every one. There starts from Alpha 8 right through. I have the entire Tosek library, so I can get this stuff. It's actually in the background right now, loading all the games into the right spots. You download the cores first, and then once you've got your games separated in their own directories and all unzipped, which I've done already, you can just install them. And it'll take about 8 hours to do it. This one here was the Alien Arena zip. Again, we go back in, online updater, content downloader. Okay, I do believe there's other stuff I did, but we started with 2048 Amstrad. All you do is you hit enter on the keyboard, and the down arrow for the next one. There we go. And as you can see, it's installing each one as I hit return. If you want a good system, you install them all. I'm going to make this available for download once it's all finished. The games, everything, all set up. It'll be like a 30 gig or 40 gig file, maybe 120 gig, because all the games takes up 120 gigs, so you're looking at a download of about 300 gigs. If you got good download speed, well, then you're okay. If not, well, loading the Arcade F8, Neo Geo, CPS 2, Neo Geo, Arcade F8, Alpha 512 Arcade Final Bird Neo, Arcade HB MAME, Arcade MAME 2000, Arcade MAME 2003, Arcade MAME 2003 Plus, Arcade MAME 2000. It's going too fast. You can see the ones that are going in. Links, Atari Lynx Handy, Atari Beetle. All these games are all being loaded, all the cores. Once the cores are loaded, you can load the assets. I'm going to show you in a continuation of this video. I'm not videoing the whole thing of it installing the games. It would just take too long. I just did part of it. Commodore C64, PET, VIC-20. You got Commodore Amiga on there, everything. I've got an 8 gig machine with 8 gigs RAM and 4 terabytes of hard drive space. So the system is a good system with a 1 gig video card, half height. As you can see, the stuff is coming in fairly quick. Having troubles with the Atari 2600 Stella. I think it's still installing, even after all this. This is a good system. I'm going to put some music in the background. That won't take long. Low volume, of course. It'll be a good video when it's done. Pokemon Mini. The Nintendo series is in there. It's got everything. And I have everything. I have unzipped everything in the files. I can't show you that. It's already done. But I've unzipped everything and moved all the stuff that was in the subdirectories to the root directory. Except for like the applications, games, demos, whatever. So it's a good directory. I'll put it on Mega later on. PSP Remote Play, Quake 2. Goes fairly quick when you got a gig a second. Or 500 megabytes a second now. I used to have a gig. I'm going to download the Scum VM stuff. There's over 30 gigs of it, or 100 gigs. That'll be available too. I'm using a 64-bit Windows 10 system, so it'll be fairly fast. It uses the entire 8 gig. I like to get a newer system and put more in it, so I might sell this one with the games in it. I have older systems that I use for other stuff. And to put a plug in for my BBS, running Spy Visit Spy BBS at either www.spyvisitspybbs.com or Telnet spyvisitspybbs.com. Port 1990 for the Windows XP machine, and for my development machine it's port 1993. 1991 on the Windows 10 machine for the HTTP stuff. And that finishes pretty well everything except for the Atari 2600 Stella 2014. It never did download. It's still downloading now. It's stuck. This is an excellent piece of software that I'm using to do this with. I start off with Debut, which I've got a licensed copy of, and I use VideoPad to do the videos with. I used to use Kazooa, but it takes too long to do them on Kazooa, so I use VideoPad for most of the stuff. I'll be registering it. It's for home use, so for now I'll keep it the way it is, but I will be registering it. That pretty well completes all the cores that you can download, and then I updated them all. I'll have to wait for it. I'm doing the narration afterwards, so I'll put some voice on it and tell you what I'm doing. I'm also going to show you how to set up or not RetroArch, but Big Box and the other one. Uh, well, Big Box is the one I use. Okay, here I started off updating the assets. That's the second step after you do the cores. Download the assets step. On my other system it crashed, but it didn't on this one. It's a fresh install, so the machine's all set up just for the games. It's extracting. Sort of a play-by-play commentary. And it finished. Now I do believe I updated the joypad profiles. For those of you who can't see the text on the screen. Then I did a core updater. No, this is just the cores. You press the right mouse button to go back, and the left mouse button, use the arrow keys and hit return, but the right mouse button takes you back one level. That's just a little bit of what's on there. Everything. I do believe I set the display settings to 1090 by, right now it's at 1360 by 768, but I went up to 1920 by